What's up, everybody? How are you today? Happy Valentine's Day. It is a lovely day, like always, guys. Appreciate you being here. All the comments, the likes, the subscribes. Hey, I think we're at like 66 right now. I'll take it. Okay? I appreciate all you guys coming in and just saying what's up. Bad comments, good comments, whatever. Doesn't matter. Whatever you do, I do appreciate you coming in. We have two stories for you today. It's all about love today, right? Let's talk about love. One from when I was in the army and one when I was out. Let's get right into it, boys. Like always, please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, so when I was in Fort Hood and I was not deployed, I went up to a club one night. This club was called Starlight. It was a pretty much two-story dance club, pool hall, whatever. I've talked about it in other videos. It was right in Fort Hood, Texas. Well, it was in Killeen, but it was pretty much out the main gate. Make a right. It's on your left up there. This spot was cool. It was always jumping. And I was there with a friend, a buddy of mine, and we're hanging out. I go to the smoking area. I'm smoking a cigarette. I see this really, really good looking chick standing like 10 feet away from me, and she's looking at me. Hey, is you all right? She's looking at me. What's wrong with this chick, right? So I kind of walk over. I was like, hey, how you doing? Start talking to her a little bit. I noticed she has a very thick accent. It is pretty pungent. Like I asked her, I was like, hey, where are you from? She's like, why? I was like, well, what do you mean why? Like, you are not from America. Like, I don't know where you're from. She's like, well, I'm from Europe. And I was like, all right, well, that's a big place. You want to narrow that down a little bit? And she's like, I'm from Germany. I was like, oh, Germany, cool. Keeping back these German girls, man. It happens all the time. So we're talking, and I'm like, what are you doing over here? She's like, oh, I got married. I moved here with my husband. We have got divorced. I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, and I stayed. I was, wow, that's pretty good for her, you know? I mean, she's here. All right. So we're talking, and I was like, you want to drink? And like, we start drinking and talking, and we're hitting it off pretty good. I'm enjoying this. This is good. Many nights, similar situations like this have happened, just not with German girls, whatever. So we're talking, and she's like, you want to go inside? You want to dance? I'm not much of a dancer, but whatever. I'll give it a good try. I'll get out there and try to shuck and jive with the best of them, whatever. It was the early 2000s, whatever. So we're dancing. One of her friends comes up to her. I thought it was her friend. She's like, this is my sister. I'm like, your sister? She's like, what? Okay. And this chick is German too. And I was like, she's like, yeah, we both married soldiers and we moved here. And I'm thinking like, what? I don't know how this happened or what. I know how you managed to do that. Like, you both married a soldier in Germany. You both came back and you both went to Fort Hood. Not really sure how this panned out. I didn't really question it. Whatever. Let's get right into where this goes. So we're doing our thing. We're talking. My friend that I came there with, he comes over. I introduce him to her sister. We're all hitting it off. We all go out to the smoking area. There's some shots involved. We're getting closer to each other. We all enjoy each other's company. I like it. It's a good spot. We're doing our thing. The night is getting later. Me and this girl have kind of gotten a little bit closer. We've kissed a couple times and everything. Like, it was like, all right. And my buddy, he's like, look, what are we going to do with these girls? We ain't taking them back to the barracks. I was like, nah, that ain't happening. I was like, let me try to work something out, see what's up with this girl. So we're talking. I was like, what are you guys doing after this? And she's like, well, we will have, if you want, you can come over our house. Yeah, that would be cool. For sure. Let's go back to your place, Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So the night is ending, pay our tabs. She's like, hey, just follow us. I'm like, done. Let's go. Happened before. Yay. So let's go. So we follow these girls. And they're taking us back to Fort Hood. I'm like, what is this? Like, why are we going back on Hood? Like, All right. I mean, because you got to realize Fort Hood is a big place. You have barracks and you have like living that people live on there that are, you know, living on post in these little houses and stuff like this. And I'm like, man, she takes me to a part of Fort Hood I never seen before. Okay. Like, this is military housing. These are bigger houses. Like, not like your normal little small things. I'm like, where the hell is this girl taking us? Like, I mean, we once we got to the checkpoint and everything, like to get on post and we show our IDs and everything, we get on, we follow them, we're still following them. I'm like, man, this is getting kind of weird, whatever. So anyways, we pull up to this chick's house. And I was like, why didn't you tell me you lived on Fort Hood? She was like, oh, I thought you knew. I mean, I said, well, I can understand if whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, I was kind of confused. I was, okay. Get to this girl's house. We get out. Nice house. We are going in. We don't go in the front door. She opens the garage door so we can go in that entrance there. When she pops that garage door, here's where it starts to get a little real. So when that garage door pops, I see two things. Okay? I see a motorcycle. It is a Harley Davidson. It is a big motorcycle. And that is one of the first things I see on the side. Kind of look at that. I was like, all right, got a motorcycle. Should have known right then and there. And also, one of my favorite cars was in the garage as well. It was a 1992 Ford Mustang 5.0 with the Fox body style. Put a picture of it up. Man, this car was clean. That 302 small block, like that was a bad car. I'm like, and this thing looked really restored. I mean, this is like 2000 and I don't know, maybe 2005, 2006. So I'm like, wow, okay. I was like, these are your cars? She's like, yeah, when I got divorced, I got to keep these. I was like, wow, damn. All right. That's crazy nice. Cool, whatever. She opens the door. We're kind of like in the kitchen area. It's nice. This place is nice. It's big. It's real nice. It's dark though. Okay. It's kind of like there's a couple lights on, but not very bright. Very nice. I remember we got into her living room. This girl had this bear. I'll never forget it. It's this bearskin rug. It is big. It is big. Whoever killed this animal had their hands full with this. This joker is big. Big bearskin rug. And I was like, damn. I was like, wow. She's like, yeah, my ex-husband, he killed it. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, damn. All right. Like, really nice house. Her stuff is put together. Nice furniture. Nice everything. She's like, you guys want a drink? I was like, yeah. You know, she goes and she gets like 2 glasses of wine for her and her sister. And she gets us a couple beers. I was like, nice. We're hanging out. She puts on TV. We're talking, you know, we're drinking more. I think there were some more shots involved, whatever. So the night is going on further and further. And she's like, she's like, hey, my sister's going to sleep down here. You want to go upstairs? Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. It's getting thick, boys. It's getting thick. So we're walking up the stairs. Big ass house. And I'm seeing picture frames and stuff like as you're walking up the stairs, how people do that. They like line it up their stairs. I'm not really paying attention to it because it's late. We've all been drinking. I get into this chick's room. Big king size bed. Really nice bedroom. Decked out really nice. Let's just keep this PG. We hang out for the evening. Okay? Like we lay in bed together and maybe sleep. We don't play Monopoly, I can tell you that. So anyways, the night is over. I wake up in the morning. I feel like death probably, but I'm probably still half drunk, doesn't matter. But I know she's asleep next to me. I wake up. I want to get something to drink, but the light has come in because it is daytime now. It is early in the morning. I start to see things now that with a clearer head start to be really evident, boys. Here we go. So in her room, there is a bathroom. I'm thinking, first thing I got to do is take a leak. Nice bathroom. Big ass, like, hot tub looking thing. And like, it's a tub, but it's a big, like, jacuzzi looking thing. I'm like, man, this place is decked out. This is really nice. So, finish in the bathroom, walk out. She's still in bed, whatever. Open the door to the hallway. We're upstairs, like I said. I start to get to the stairs, and all these picture frames that I had passed the night before that was kind of dark, I really couldn't see. I see these things now. Yeah, there is a picture of a man. There is all kinds of awards, all kinds of things on the wall. I see the sign, the military insignia for Major. Okay, it's a gold leaf looking thing on the wall. I'm like, see a picture of him and her, like holding each other. I'm like, what in the world is this? I'm walking down. It shows them on this motorcycle, like a picture of them on the motorcycle that I saw in the garage. I was like, what is happening right now? I'm still walking down the stairs. I see more. It's pictures of them in Germany together. She looks younger in that picture. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on here? If you're divorced, you would not have this stuff up in your house. Like, you would not, like, it's not looking good. I get to the base of the stairs. I can kind of see in the living room. My homeboy is passed out with that chick next to him. So I get in the kitchen. On my walk into the kitchen, like, I'm seeing military stuff everywhere. Everywhere. Stuff on the walls. You name it. There is stuff everywhere. Just all kinds of... I'm really thinking, okay, this dude is very much... he's probably deployed. She's probably still very much with this guy, and he's deployed. I open the fridge real quick. I got something to drink. I'm like, yeah, we need to get out of here. Like, we need to get out of here now. Like, this is bad mojo written all over it. I'm in my boxer shorts. I got to get back upstairs. So as I'm walking back in the living room, I'm yelling. I'm like, hey, man, wake up. Dude, wake up. Like, wake. You need to wake your ass up. And he's like, what? And I was like, dude, just get dressed, man. Get dressed. Push that bitch off you. Like, let's get dressed. I go upstairs. This girl is in bed, and she's kind of like awake now, kind of like, coming to. And I'm trying to put my clothes on real quick. She's like, hey, what's up? And I was like, what's up? What's up with all this shit on your walls? Like, what's up with everything you have? Like, are you married? Are you married? She was like, well, like, it's separation. Like, we're kind of like not married, like kind of. I said, man, you're going to get me in all kinds of trouble here. He's a major? She's like, yeah, I mean, he's, I don't know. We talked about getting divorced. I'm like, I just had sex with this dude's wife. He is deployed. I feel like an all-day bag of shit because of that. I'm like, man, come on. Like, so I'm getting dressed. I'm like, look, I got to go. Like, she's like, no, just stay for a little. I was like, nah, I'm leaving. I'm not doing this. Get my homeboy. We are out that door as fast as we came in. Scandalous chicks out there. I'm just saying. That is my first story for the evening. That did happen. We got out of there. Fortunately for us, we were on Fort Hood, and I was like, I don't even want to know where this place is. I'm not planning on ever coming back here. That's the first one for the evening. Let's get into the next one. Okay, so that was my crazy story of being in the Army and doing things all love related, right? So this is now me outside the military. Okay, like I said, when I got out of the military, I lived in Richmond, Virginia. It's where I went to college. I'm living in Richmond. I'm living in Shockoe Bottom. It's downtown Richmond. Awesome spot. I love Richmond to death. Richmond is really, really cool. So my goal in life, I get out of the military, I'm 26, is to go to college, which I am going to college, and pretty much bartend, which I was doing, work out as much as possible, and probably meet as many nice ladies as I possibly can. I had a roommate. We were both bartenders. Or he was like training me to bartend. Life was good. I'm enjoying myself. I'm a young man. doing everything that young men do, living that nightlife, going out, doing my best me. So in Richmond, there are bars, nightclubs everywhere. Very fun nightlife. I had a bunch of fun in Richmond. But I'm like, all right, I'm meeting these girls. Some work out for a little bit, some don't. I am not a fan of internet dating. To this day, I am not a fan of internet dating. I'm just not. All right. I come from a time where you should be able to go up to someone and be like, hey, how are you? Let's talk. Or, hey, what's up? I thought you were pretty. I want to come over and say hi. I still do that. I don't mind rejection. The girl might be like, yeah, no, thank you. I'll be like, well, hey, look, best of luck with everything. You take care. I don't care. Never, never felt my ego be damaged or anything. Like, never anything like that. So I was tired of meeting these little girls and these one night stands and all this stuff in Richmond. So I was like, man, I'm gonna try one of these dating things, whatever. I'm gonna try one, see, at least try it to see what it's all about. So back in the day, we had this thing called Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish was a dating website. You could meet people. Pretty sure like they had like your online booty calls and things like that too. I wasn't trying to mess with that. I was actually trying to meet somebody. So I get on Plenty of Fish, start searching some girls. I see this very attractive girl. I'm like, let's shoot her a message. So I do. She hits me back like a half hour later. We're talking, very casual. I said, hey, do you want to meet up? Do you want to hang out? Real cool chick. She's like, yeah, let's meet up. I'm like, bet, let's do it. All right. So I'm going to go like the next night, meet up with this girl that I met online. Yeah, let's get into it. So I'm going to meet up with this girl. We go to a spot in Richmond. Richmond actually had a really, really cool Buffalo Wild Wings down in the bottom of Shockoe Bottom. It was actually more like a bar, and it wasn't like your traditional cliche Buffalo Wild Wings you would go to. This one was cool. Plus, it was downtown, so like you could go anywhere else there. So I was like, hey, let's meet up there. Cool. So I go there. I'm there for a couple minutes. I get a text from her, and she's like, hey, look, I'm walking in now. Sweet. See this girl walk in. She is bad. I'm like, damn. So I kind of like, hey, what's up? I'm like, I'm over here. She comes over. We sit at the bar. We're talking for a minute. I was like, hey, it's nice to meet you and everything. And it's a date. We're talking a little bit, get a drink, hanging out. She tells me she cuts hair for a living. I'm like, all right, cool. I tell her I was in the army, and I got out, and just small talk. It's going good. This is a fun night. Find out some more about her. We talk. The night goes on. So it's starting to be closer to where probably the end of the night after we eat and everything. And she's like, hey, I gotta work early in the morning. I've heard that one before. I was like, all right, I guess that was a good night. She's like, no. Like, you want to hang out? I was like, what's that? She's like, no, I have to work early in the morning. Like, do you want to come like hang out, maybe have a glass of wine or something in my house? I just want to be home because I do have to wake up early in the morning, but you can come back if you want. I was like, all right, we can do this. Let's do this. She's like, all right, just, follow me. Yeah, for sure. As we're passing, so she didn't park that far away from me. I'm like, oh, let me walk you to your car and then I'll see where you're parked and I'll follow you. As I walk by this girl's car for her to get in her car, I kind of glance in. It's nighttime, but I can still see in the car when she opens the door, the light comes on. Inside of this girl's car looks like the apocalypse. I'm talking, it looks like, there is shit everywhere in this girl's car. Everywhere. I'm like looking at it, I was like, damn, you need to do a little. She's like, yeah, it's kind of dirty right now. I was like, kind of dirty, man. There's like food wrappers and shit everywhere. Like I'm looking, I'm like, ugh, it's nasty, man. And I'm sorry, I'm a big believer in how you keep like your, like how you keep your stuff is probably a big reflection on yourself. Like if you keep a dirty room or if you keep a dirty car or I spot these things. I'm like, all right, well, there wouldn't even be room for me to sit in the passenger seat if we were going together. So I follow this girl, go to her house or this apartment she lives in. We get there, I park. She's like, hey, just park in the guest parking. I'm like, no worries, let's do it. We go into her apartment building. Apartment buildings are always weird. They always like either smell like, I don't know, like curry for some reason. I don't know why. Or just there's always some nasty ass smell coming from someone's like apartment building. Not so much their apartment, but their apartment building. We walk in. She's like, yeah, I'm up on the second floor. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Walking up these stairs. We get to the top floor where she lives. I smell a really, really strong odor. I mean, it is strong. It is thick. It is a smell that you cannot not know what the smell is. It is cat pee. I smell it. It is thick, real thick. I'm like, damn, that is a strong smell. I said, man, it smells like cats up here. And she's like, oh yeah. Hey, by the way, I do have a couple cats. You're not allergic or anything. I was like, no, I'm not allergic to cats, and I like cats. I'm cool with cats. I've always been cool with cats. Cats do their own thing, man. I mean, you could leave for a couple days as long as there's food and litter box is good. A cat will come back and be like, what's up, man? Good to see you. Make good with the treats, like cats don't really care. So this girl puts her key in the door. She pops that door. That door gets about that far open. And this smell hits me like a ton of bricks. It is cat piss. It is every aroma. I'm like, whoa, goodness grief. I'm like, what in the shit is this? Like, oh my God, it does not smell good. I'm like hesitant to go in. She walks in. She's like, hey, you coming in? I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm like, yeah. And like she had like this little nightlight on, and I saw like 2 or 3 cats, and I was like, all right. And okay, so I go in, door shuts behind me. It smells in this place. Like it smells. I don't know how I didn't smell this on her when we were sitting together, but like, man, it is a strong smell in this girl's house. Let's keep going with this. So she's kind of walking through her apartment. She's turning on more lights and stuff. I see a couple more cats. I'm like, all right, now we're at like 5 that I've seen so far. Okay. I start seeing the floor. There is shit everywhere. Okay. There is like one corner she's just dedicated to books. Just books and shit everywhere. There are clothes everywhere in this girl's apartment. There are litter boxes. There's like 2 in the living room. I see one in like the little kitchen cutout. These litter boxes are all day full of cat, you know what. Okay, they're there. And I'm like, oh God. And she's like, hey, do me a favor. Can you take your shoes off? I'm like, take my shoes off? I'm thinking in my head, like, bitch, are you trying to, like, you got standards for this place? Like, don't bring in whatever I could possibly bring it. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to take my shoes off, man. I'm trying to step in some shit. I was like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay. And I'm like, I should have just beelined it and said, you know what? I'll catch you. You take care. Didn't go down like that. Just didn't. So I take my shoes off. I'm like, hey, can I use your bathroom real quick? I had to take a leak. Get in this girl's. She's like, yeah, it's right over there. I get in this girl's bathroom. There's a cat in the bathroom. I'm like, what in the hell, man? What is going on with these cats, man? Like, you got to be kidding me. Bathroom is just, I mean, shit everywhere. Not like actual shit, but like, I mean, it just looks like this is the slobbiest person ever. I mean, you couldn't even see the sink, man. Like between curling irons and everything else that she had up there and lotions and everything, the shit is everywhere. I'm like, oh my God. So I get out of the bathroom. She's like, "You want a glass of wine?" I was like, "Yeah." I figured, man, I'm gonna need a drink after this one. So she walks back to her room and she turns on a light. This is like a 2-bedroom apartment. I have not seen the other room. I kind of like looked in her bedroom. I see a couple more cats. I think we're at like 7, 8 cats by now that I've seen in a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm like, oh my God, man. Her bed looks like she ain't ever made her bed ever. There is more stuff everywhere. There are full litter boxes. I'm like thinking to myself, like, man, this is not good. And she's like, hey, just do me a favor real quick. In that other room real quick, um, can you, she was like, you can put your coat in there. I was like, okay. I opened the second bedroom. This second bedroom is stacked with boxes, a couple more cats. There are litter boxes in there. I'm like, all right, man, the smell is brutal. I'm talking, it is ripe. It is nasty in this girl's house. I've probably seen 11 cats by now. I mean, I had to start counting them at this point. I'm like, I'm not putting my coat anywhere in this place. Like, I don't even want to be here now. Like, yeah, I don't know about this one. So I'm looking in this room like, oh my God, this is just straight nasty. So I asked this girl, I was like, yo, how many cats do you have? You said you had a couple cats. Like, I mean, we're in double digits at this point. Like, how many cats do you actually have? She's like, I don't know, maybe like 13. I was like, you have 13 cats? You have 13 cats in a 2-bedroom apartment? And I was probably seeing like 6 or 7 litter boxes, but I'm like, they're all full. They all need to be done. Like, so, she hands me the wine, and I'm just like, I can't even really drink this shit because of the smell that's so strong in this place. So, she's like taking off like her coat and everything, getting more comfortable. She's like, I'm gonna get in my pajamas. I was like, hey, you do whatever you gotta do. I should have just beelined it right then and there and just dipped. She's like, why don't you come back here? You can sit on the bed. I'm like, all right. I'm sitting on her bed. There's like a couple cats looking at me. I'm like, this is some shit. Like, what is happening right now? She comes out of the bathroom. She sits on the bed, puts on the TV. She's like, you can lay down. I was like, I can't do it, man. I can't. Like, the smell was so bad. Like, I couldn't even drink this wine. It was so nasty in this girl's apartment. Like, it was so bad. I said, actually, you know what? I'm not feeling that great. I'm not feeling that great. I think I'm gonna leave, okay? And she's looking at me like, what? You're gonna leave? Like, come on, man. Come on, you're not leaving. I was like, yeah, my stomach. She's like, well, I can get you something for your stomach. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking, I want to leave. I want to exit, bitch. You got 75 cats. Your apartment is nasty. I don't say this to her, but like, I'm like, yeah, I'm just not feeling it. So I was like, you know what? Actually, I think I am going to go ahead and leave. So like, I get up and she's like, really? You're going to leave? I was like, yeah, probably going to leave. So she sees me like putting on my shoes. I'm like walking through the hallway. She's following me. She's like, I can't believe this. You're going to leave. I don't really have the need to hold back anymore. I'm going to give it to this chick because I've already determined I'm leaving. I cannot be around this smell anymore. So yeah, let's go ahead and tell her a little bit. So she kind of cops an attitude real quick. She's like, whatever, just go ahead and leave, okay? Says something under her breath or something. And I did not hold back. I was like, hey, look at your apartment. Like, do you smell this place? As I'm putting on my shoes, I was like, do you smell this place? This is disgusting. Like, someone should come in and literally burn this place. Like, this place is all day nasty. Look at these litter boxes. Look at all this shit you have in here. Like, this is a hazard. Like, I'm surprised like your neighbors haven't tried to evict you. This place is nasty. She's like, whatever, go ahead and leave. I was like, you mean to tell me dudes come back here and actually hang out and actually kick it here? There's no way. There's no way. There's just no way. I said, you can't even see the floor in this place. Like, there is more shit on the floors. Like, I didn't know where to step to get back to your bedroom. And she's like, okay, you can leave. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to leave. But like, I want you to know that your entire apartment is absolutely just the nastiest thing ever made. Okay. It's filthy. She's like, yeah, okay, you made your point. I was like, yeah. And more importantly, I said, where do you, what dudes would have respect for themselves that would actually stay here for this? And these poor cats, you can't even name all these cats. You go ahead, name all these cats. I bet you don't even know their names. You got so many cats. And she's like, yeah, go ahead and leave. I said, you know what? I got you. Open that door, shut that bitch behind me. I was out. That probably scarred me for life. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Could not do it. Anyways, guys, that's what I got for you today. The crazy cat woman of 2000, probably 11. All right, there it is. I want to talk a little bit more real quick about Valentine's Day just to wrap this up. Being single, things like that. Give me one sec. So Valentine's Day, the probably one day a year that people are like, I gotta take my girl out, or I gotta do this, or anyways. Single for Valentine's Day. I like single. All right. I still date. I still meet girls. I still go out with girls. But there's two girls in my life, my mama and my child. Those are the two main girls in my life. Those are the women that are really important to me. I like single. After being married and with somebody for 10 years, who, by the way, the mother of my child, wonderful person. We get along really good. The main goal is to take care of your kid. I like single. There are a lot of dudes right now wishing they were single. Okay? I know it. There's a lot of women that are like, yeah, I don't want to be with this person anymore. There is a comfort in being single that is hard to explain. People are like, well, isn't that lonely? No, it is not. No, it is not. You can dedicate a lot of time to yourself and making yourself better and focusing on things to improve your life. I like single. But Valentine's Day is a special day for many people. I'm okay, solo dolo. I am just fine with that. I even had an opportunity to go on a date tonight, which I decided, I don't really want to. So with that being said, guys, enjoy your Valentine's Day. If you are with someone, I hope you have a lovely one. But that is what I got for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all take care.